All right, today we're talking about reach them now, how we can reach people right away. And the topic we have today is one of those things that some pastors just can't do it. Okay, so you might be excluded, you might not be able to do this, and others, some pastors just won't do this. So let's get with it here at the Better Sundays podcast at reachkeep.com. Welcome to the Better Sundays podcast, focused, practical, and usable advice for church leaders looking to reach new young families and impact their community. Well, howdy. Mike Holmes in studio here. I am glad to be with you and thrilled to be able to spend some time talking to you about how to reach young families right away. In other words, we want to be able to do something like this week and have some people in the seats next week. We want to be able to do something on Tuesday that would get them in church the following Sunday. We want to be able to do things on Thursday, do things on Saturdays. They can do it. Sometimes we just have to have a bias for action. We got to get it going. And this question was posed to me by more than one person, but specifically by one pastor in North Carolina. He said, what can we do right now to reach young families? And it displayed what I think that every pastor really has, and that is a hunger to reach people. Now, what we're going to talk about today is you may have a hunger, but you might be limited and not be able to do a few things that I'm going to talk about, and you might have a hunger, and there's a few things that you don't want to do to reach young families. So let's dive right into it. By the way, always want to say thank you for the thumbs up and the shares. If this is invaluable to you or important to you, if you want to subscribe, we always love to have you there. And of course, if you want to share it with other pastors, that's a great thing as well. So let's talk about it. And the one word, the single word that this all boils down to, and by the way, I'm going to give you a single word, and then I'm going to give you 8 letters, okay, 8 initials here at the end. That is probably some of the most significant initials I've ever heard in my managerial life. And I have them on my phone. I'll show it to you. I have made a little meme type thing for myself on it, and I'll give you that. But let's talk about the one thing that's going to make this happen. If you want young people to come into your church, and not talk about just reaching kids like bus ministry or having a youth activity, but reaching young families, the one single word that you need to have is hustle. And this is the idea that you will get after it, that you will put all your attention, all your eggs in one basket, as they say, that you will go, and you're going to make this happen. Now, there are some reasons that some pastors just can't do this. And let me go through a few of those. They're just not able to. They are kind of stifled, okay? They are limited by some things that just keeps them from doing this. One of these would be the bivocational side. If you are extremely bivocational and you are, in other words, you really are consumed by your secular job, and no problem with that. Sometimes that's the way pastors are. You're just not going to have the time to do this because your job requires all your hustle and your extra, and you've got to take care of your family first. So I understand that you may not be able to do this. The second thing has to do with you may not have a budget or the ability to do some of the things that we talk about. I mean, like, you got to have some free time, and so you got to have enough budget to get yourself free time to do some marketing or promotion or some of the things that would need to happen. You may not have time to train people. Okay, so there's not a budget to have a training event, so you can train people, to have the hustle to go get the people, and so sometimes you are just limited. Sometimes though, we are limited and we just can't do it because of systems, pre-existing systems that are already there. Now, I'll give you an example of one, and you can change the names, but this would happen. If you really have a super strong music ministry and you've got a lot of practices and a rehearsal, and you've got, the quartet and the trio and the this and the that, whatever, some of those things that you have pre-existing are going to rob your time and rob your energy of reaching young families now. You're going to need to weigh that out amongst your church and with your leadership if those are worth it or not. I know a lot of churches they're not able to do special extra things on Sunday afternoon that we talk about. We do a lot of things on Sunday afternoon. We had people in our building here till 3:30 or something this afternoon. We did a meal, we did a Q&A thing, we did a bunch of training. There's a lot of things that you can do on Sunday afternoons that really help reach young families. You can go back and listen to some of our other things on this, or call me or get a coaching call. Yeah, better yet, if you want some ideas on how to reach young families, very specific ideas to your church, you can get a free coaching call with us, and I would love to talk to you. It's a Zoom call, and if you go to reachkeep.com, right across the top, there's a little green bar. You click on that, it automatically send you my calendar so you can find a gap, and we will take some time and talk to you about this thing. But you might be limited by pre-existing systems and meeting structures and practices. If you have a Christian school, this is one of the huge things that keeps us, believe it or not, where you got young people in the school, it keeps you from reaching young families because all your hustle, your energy is taken to go into other things. And sometimes those are discipline issues. Sometimes those are parent, relation things with the school. I mean, there's all sorts of things that can rob you. You'll need to weigh those things out. So sometimes you just can't do it because of those things that are there. And what we mean by hustle is just taking every possible available opportunity to get phone numbers, make contacts, visit people, to plan things, to have stuff for next Sunday that they'll come into. Go back and listen to the one we had last week. So this is the idea that you just can't do it. And there are some pastors that just won't do it. Okay, they won't, and some of this might be because of their age or because of their position and sensitivity with the church, but you just can't rock the boat and do a lot of brand new things because of the politics and the stuff within the church. It just doesn't always work the way that you want. Your job security is more important, and I completely understand that. Some won't do it because the things that we talk about training and doing parent training and child rearing training, a lot of different things that young families are looking for, tailoring your preaching to be solution based. You just are uncomfortable with that and you're not able to do that type of thing. So that may exist as well. So you just won't do it. And some won't do it just because they're not going to put the effort in, and God forbid that you're that person. And I don't think that Reach Keep attracts lazy people. You're looking for ideas. You're looking for stuff that works. You're looking to go get them. I don't think we have it, but I do know some pastors that are just not going to do stuff because they didn't sign up to sweat. Okay, they have the idea that if they preach the gospel or hang their shingle out, people should come to them. And God bless you if that's your philosophy, but I'm more of like go out on the highways and hedges and compel them to come in and beat the bushes and let people know how to get them in, how to come and why they should come, some of those type of things, and do some serious, conscientious forethought and planning, bringing people in. We're go-getters here at Reach Keep, and that's what we want to help you with. So all of those things are there. This boils down to this last little thing that I want to give you, and it's I have it on my phone, and I'll put it up here for you. I don't know if you can see that very good. Okay, it's four initials. It's SOTL. SOTT. And I have it on my phone as one of my home screens here that I can look at all the time. And these 8 initials are probably some of the most significant things I've learned in management. And it stands for, and I won't tell you what it stands for quite yet. My kids don't know. So if you know any of my kids, don't tell them what this stands for because they're still trying to figure it out. SOT is what it spells, okay? SOTL, SOTT. It stands for speed of the leader, speed of the team. Let me say it again. Speed of the leader, speed of the team. Sir, Mr. Pastor, Mr. Leader of the flock, you need to be the leader. You need to be out front, and you'll never lead people further than what you are. You have got to be the one that sets the pace in everything from evangelism to hustle to aggressiveness with the gospel and letting people know that you're excited about building your church and reaching folks. And if you don't have the speed at your level, don't expect your team to get any further than where you are. The speed of the leader, speed of the team. I'll post this up here and put this on the screen for you so you can see it real detailed. I just made a little thing to remind me, and it's on my phone so that every single day when I open my phone, it reminds me that I have some obligations. Now, I have some other home pages here too. You can do that on your phone, and I have them kind of set to rotate, and I've got my family and my wife and my grandkids and some of that. So it is not my total priority, my church. But when I am in church mode, I am going to display hustle. And if there's anything missing in the fundamental circles today, in the world that I kind of serve in is sort of the independent Baptist, fundamental Baptist world, okay? And we've got a lot of people that are kind of in a little bit different shades of that. But no matter where you are, the thing that seems to be missing at most levels is hustle. And when we find hustle that is present, and then we give some good tips and tricks, wow, you're going to see some churches grow. You're going to see some lives change. You're going to see people discipled because they're going to be at your church. They're going to be wanting more. They're going to be asking for, discipleship and growth and how can we reach our community because you are moving forward fast. So, speed of the leader, speed of the team. So I hope that you got that, this idea of hustle. And some can't. I understand you might be limited. Give me a call anyway. Sign up for a coaching call. We'll talk with you on that. Or, just the idea that if you won't, let me just convince you, I'm telling you, that if you take some time to hustle and you get some energy behind what you're doing, it will make all the difference in the world, an eternal difference for some people because they'll get saved, and it will make a wonderful difference in your life because you'll start to see some of that fruit that remains, and you'll start to see the bearing of fruit, and it's a wonderful thing. So anyway, thanks for joining us here. Again, thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate it very much. This is Mike Holmes here at the Better Sundays podcast at reachkeep.com.